Hi, welcome to my channel and thank you for making time. Today we'll be reading a book called A Letter to My Past, written by me, myself, and I. I hope you will enjoy it. Please remember to like and subscribe. And don't forget to recommend. Today we are reading the introduction. It is entitled A Letter to Little Disebo and My Past. In it starts with a quote from Sophie Kinsella. Everything inside me has shifted. I'm stronger. Not only am I able to let go, I'm happy to let go. I'm focused on the future. Close quote. Dear little Disebo, I know that right now you are probably sitting in your bedroom in tears, hoping for sleep to come and take you away from the pain you are feeling. I'm writing to you from the future, bringing you good tidings. I know the future seems dreary and hope is far from your thoughts, but I want to let you know that the little faith you had has pulled you through. The Bible says that faith like a mustard seed can move mountains. Yours was smaller than that, but still you moved mountains. I'm proud to let you know that today you are doing very well considering all that you have been through. Your journey has not been a mild one, but through God's grace and mercy, you made it to this point. You pulled through the cruelest of times I thought you will never overcome. People say you are stronger now. Can you believe it? Who would have thought that you, little girl, would one day be a person that others could trust and lean on? It feels like a dream sometimes. Like many other women who grew up in the South African townships, you went through hardships in life. You've seen so much. You've been there, done that, and got the accolades. I'm writing this letter to you and your past, which I know you never really dealt with. Thinking about yourself all the time with regrets has held you back from reaching your greatest potential in many ways. Every day, you will get flashbacks of many scenes of your life. I picture you weeping in that lonely bed, in that quiet bedroom, or in your most intimate place, the outside toilet. I believe that after all is said and done, you will finally let go and find closure because the former things are past, and behold, new day has dawned for you. You are no longer that little helpless girl who was hurt, angry, and overwhelmed. You are now a woman with a family whose destiny and well-being is tied to yours. I finally realized that one cannot change the past, but when moving towards the future, one needs to deal with the past and leave it there. One cannot be fully anew if one is still clinging to milk long spilled. I have gone through the life holding on to many events that I could not change, and I have blinded myself to the beautiful things that were happening in my life. I have been a slave to our pain, little Disebo, and I have been a slave to our past. I'm the one holding us back by not healing that which has hurt us both so much. The past has had painful memories and hurtful experiences to which you have been held captive. The little bruises and hurting Disebo is a sensory medium through which the older Disebo experiences her current life. You have become a slave to all your stolen innocence and have experienced own juvenile death, which time has refused to bury with its passage. Your journey through the present has not happened yet, since yours had been a wandering in the wilderness of the past, instead of exuding through its deserts, mountains, and rivulets towards your promised utopian future. You had always thought that you need to heal first so that you may move forward, but it's only in moving forward that you will find your healing. Until then, keep on moving. For life is emotion, and emotion is health. You have your own daughter born at the prime of your youth. Her birth signaled a personal renaissance and an opportunity to become in her what you could never be in yourself. Throughout her growth, she has been an obverse side of you, her lived reality in your unlived idealism. She has become a silent voice of this narrative amplified in this book. She has been your bedrock and has helped you realize what love truly is. You have become intentional in ensuring that she walks by you and not in your pathways. You want her to know that whatever she may face in life, faith in God will always get her through, that she will always overcome, no matter how gloomy things may seem. You want her to be confident in who she is and what she possesses. You want her to understand that none but herself holds the power over her own destiny. You also want this book to be dedicated to her. As for your son, you pray that this book may teach him to love and respect women, that he may be more gentle, considerate, and accommodating in relating to them. You wish that through this book, all your children will know and understand you better. In your bitterness, you had pushed away the people closest to you. You had frequent and sustained episodes of irritability and anger without counts. Even your children had, at some point in their lives, lost their dialect to express their affection and love for you. Sanity, focus, and sense of self-worth had equally diminished in proportion to the intense emotional storm that you were going through. Through it all, you have, with the benefit of a hindsight, learned to trust God more. You have also learned that we all have some metaphoric patches of shadows of the valley of death that we have to go through, and that the victims get consumed by it while the victors simply go through it. You have also learned that there's sufficiency of God's grace for every challenge that you faced. You and your household are still standing above the ground below which the many who fell lie buried. You have resolved not to live as a victim, but to know that God has not given you the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Why should you look and feel so much discouraged when God has been so much of your sufficiency? You have since realized that most of the time, humanity is prone to hold and embrace attitudes of self-destruction. You have also learned that a victim's mental disposition affords us attention we think we need from people whose attention our fragile egos feed on. It's like life has more meaning when people feel sorry for you. Like their pity shows that people care and that you are not alone. What we don't realize is that that's what ties us to our past forever, leaving us comfortable and eventually hopeless. I write this letter to you to remind you that the hold the past has had on your life is now over. Your heart, mind, and life are under God's control. I write to remind you that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. The devil's accusations and condemnation of your past life has been expunged. For God has declared that every tongue which rises against you in judgment shall be condemned. Isaiah 54 verse 17. You were persecuted but not forsaken, struck down but not destroyed, and you are still standing. 2 Corinthians 4 verse 9. Disciple, you have nothing to fear for the future, except if you forget how God has led you in the past. Today, this very moment as you read this letter, let go and forge ahead. Your horrible past cannot define you, but henceforth you shall be judged by what you did about it. You should feel stronger and safer now. I want you to take a journey without me as you go through your life and how you got to this moment. Hope you will understand that you no longer need me in your journey. It's time to part ways and to say goodbye.